Felicia, welcome to the Legacy Lounge. How it feel to be up in here?
It feels amazing. It's
Up in
beautiful
here?
here. Yes.
Yeah. This is where healthcare professionals and wellness coaches, this is where you all come to like unwind, dump, and just, let's just, have some real talk about the industry of healthcare, right? Because a lot of times when we are seeing things about healthcare, it's kind of like cookie cutter, you know what I'm saying? But here we're going to just, give the people what they're looking for, right? Because people like, real talk, transparency.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to ask you this question because, looking at you, it's like you have, you came out the womb, as a battle tested, proven female.
Right.
So where does these genes come from?
Kevin, these genes come from my daddy,
Really?
Ricky Olive. Yes. He had, because he's passed away now, he had amazing genes. Amazing. All the way from my teeth to.
So he had good teeth as
He
well.
had beautiful teeth.
Really?
And he never had any work done to it. No braces.
Come on now,
nothing.
Felicia. Now,
Nothing.
I can't talk to your dad, but I'm talking to you. You telling me you never had a cavity?
So cavities come from eating sugar, of course. So
Okay.
That's not taken care of. But as far as the strength,
I mean,
of my
but have
teeth,
you ever had a cavity?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had
I
cavities
just
before,
want to.
yeah,
I just want
yeah.
to.
But as far as the
Braces and none of that,
no
you never
braces,
had that.
Never.
Never had your teeth white.
Never had my teeth white. I
Wow.
just use whitening toothpaste. That's it.
That's it. And so, like, what was your sport when you was growing up? What were you doing?
So in high school, I was a cheerleader, and then I transitioned into college at University of Arkansas Little Rock, and I was a cheerleader there. So
Hey.
just basically cheering.
Now, who was like maybe one of the superstars that we would probably remember?
So I was at ULR,
Okay.
and that's where Derek Fisher. That was his
Who
year.
played with the Lakers?
Yeah, he played for the
With
Lakers.
Shaq and Kobe.
Yes.
Okay.
So me and Derek was there at the same time.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, after college, I'm just going to assume, but you can correct me. You continue to work out, right?
Yes, I continue. To work out.
So, like, what was your regimen? Like, were you working out to like maintain your physique, or like you took it to a whole nother level?
So I actually took it to a whole nother level. I ended up seeing a young lady. She came into my job and she was fit. And I was like, you know what? I want to look like that. And so her boyfriend at the time said that, have you ever competed in bodybuilding? And I'm living in Dallas now, but initially in Little Rock, I didn't know anything about bodybuilding or anything like that. And so my coach Derry, shout out to Derry, he's still one of my very good friends today. Derry started coaching me, and he's like, "Hey, let me get you ready for a bodybuilding show." And I'm like, "Okay, well, what all does that consist of?" And he said it's going to be a lot of hard work. It's going to be a lot of strict dieting, drinking a lot of water, and working out. I said, "Okay, well, let's do it."
Because there are a couple of things that I heard in the conversation, Felicia, and I think, a lot of women may need to get some clarity on this, right? Bodybuilding. Most women who think about bodybuilding, they go, I don't want to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So what's is that a truth or is that a myth?
So it is a myth, because again, what you don't know is what you don't know.
Okay.
So we have different divisions that's in the bodybuilding world. So
Okay.
we have the Arnold Schwarzenegger look, which is men's bodybuilding, women's bodybuilding. We also have a division called figure, which it's more toned, more sculpted muscle.
So it's like lean muscle.
Yes, very.
So it's
lean
not
muscle.
heavy muscle.
No, it's not heavy muscle.
Okay.
No.
Now the strict diet, because now, women go, okay, so that means all I'm going to eat every day is salad, salad, salad. So what does the strict diet consist of?
Let me tell you, we eat a lot. We eat at least 5-6 times a day. So we're eating your lean meats like your chicken, your fish,
Okay.
salmon.
Now, is it, when you say eat a lot, is it like a plate like we normally would bring to the table, or it's in portions?
So we're eating about 5 to 6 small meals a day.
Okay.
So it is weighed out portion control meals.
Okay.
Yep.
And then you mentioned there's a lot of water intake. So that means you're not drinking like Gatorade and stuff like that. It's just strictly water or what?
We're drinking a lot of water, but you can drink you can put electrolytes in your water. But me personally, I drink water. I drink a lot, and a lot of water can consist of from 80 to 128 ounces of water.
Why is water so important when you're working out?
Because when you're working out, when you're losing weight, fat has to escape the body some way, right?
Okay.
So when you're drinking water, it's coming out during your urine. So
Okay.
in order to see your toned muscle, you have to drink the water.
Really?
Yes.
So, okay, because I don't want to get ahead of myself. All right. So did you win?
I did. I won. I'm actually an IFBB Pro. I won my
Really?
pro card. Yes.
Like the first time, or
No.
How many times did it take?
So I went to. So once you qualify to go to the national championship stage, it's kind of like going to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And I only went one time, and when I went, I won my pro card 4 times in one night.
Really?
Yes.
What age were you at this time?
I was 40. I was 40 years old.
40 years old, and then something happened. What happened?
So something happened right before I hit 40.
Okay.
That's when I was competing on a amateur level, the bodybuilding. And so I had fibroid tumors and endometriosis. And I'm like, you know what? Before I move forward into competing again, I need to get these things out of me. So I had a hysterectomy.
Okay.
And when I had my hysterectomy, my doctor accidentally cut my bladder during surgery.
You said accidentally. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna stay out of that because
she didn't deliberately do it.
No, I get that, but I mean, like, I just heard of so many. They call them we call them in the world, in our world, Dr. Goof Ups, right?
Yes, but it was one of those things. I had my son, and when I had my son, I had a C-section.
Okay.
So when she went into my hysterectomy, she had to go into that C-section incision that was already there. But over time, scar tissue had formed from the C-section. So when she was cutting, it's almost kind of like, you know how you peel a potato, but you peel it too deep? That scar tissue, she just nicked it just a little bit too deep, and that's how she got to the bladder. Yeah.
And so what happened?
Oh, so she immediately knew that she nicked it. So she was able to call the urologist on call. So the urologist came in and allegedly, I said allegedly, repaired the bladder. They put a catheter in me, sent me home, told me to come back.
But it wasn't repaired.
It wasn't repaired completely, no.
Really?
Yes.
So they allegedly repaired your bladder. You go home, and what happened?
I go home with the catheter, but I was still urinating.
So you were urinating through the catheter?
Normally, the catheter is supposed to catch all the urine, but it was catching some of it, but I was still urinating.
On the floor and stuff like that?
Yeah,
or on yourself?
In the toilet, like when I had to use the restroom.
Okay.
Yeah. And so...
and you're not supposed to?
You're not supposed to, no.
Why?
Because the catheter is supposed to catch everything. So when I called the doctor, I said, hey, I'm still urinating...
The normal way.
The normal way. And they said, oh, your bladder is just spasming. I'm like, oh, okay. And so I want to say for about 3 weeks, I was like, dang, this bladder is still spasming. But I didn't, I had never had this done to me before. So I went back 3 weeks later. They did an x-ray. And somehow, some way, he said that I was repaired. He took the catheter out. I went home that night. I woke up the next morning and could not control my urine.
So this is where you now urinating on yourself?
Uncontrollably. I couldn't stop.
Really?
Yeah, it was just a constant
So like you had
flow.
to wear the pen or something?
I had to wear the pins. Yep. I had to wear bladder pads, yes.
And so, like, how bad did it, progress?
So it didn't progressively get worse. It was just that same little hole that it was a constant stream. So when I went to the doctor, I say, hey, can we fix this? He said, oh, yeah, we can fix it, but you're going to have to come back in about 6 months. I was like, what?
Why so long?
Because I had so much not scar tissue, but I had so much tissue on the inside that needed to heal because I just had the hysterectomy. I just had the bladder repair. So I needed to heal more before they can go in and fix it. So I got a second opinion. He said the same thing. I ended up getting a third opinion, and he said the same thing. But he was able to do it in 4 months. So 4
So
months
what was
later,
the difference? He was just willing to do it in 4 months.
he was just willing to do it in 4 months. The second doctor, he was going on vacation. So I wasn't really a priority.
Hey,
right.
that's your business. I ain't
right.
got nothing to do with that. I'm about
Right.
to go to Japan.
Uh-huh.
Holler at me when I get back.
Right,
Oh,
right.
wow.
And so my aunt, she found another doctor that she trusted, and he was like, I can get it done for you in about 4 months. But
Black or white doctor?
he was a white doctor.
Okay, so he
was good.
And the reason, because people say, Karen, what difference does it make if he's black or white? Well, I want to know.
Yeah. He was actually on God sent, because he was like, you know what, we're going to pray that this is going to go good, and
also, he was a praying doctor.
He was, because most doctors are not, and he was. And so when my aunt heard him say that, she was like, this your doctor, and so we stuck with him.
Okay, so you go through the surgery, and was that surgery a success?
It was successful. Now, once I had that surgery, I came home with 2 catheters. So I had a catheter in my stomach, and I had a catheter in the vagina.
Really?
Yes. Very uncomfortable. Couldn't leave my house for about another 4 months, because, of course, now the bladder has to be completely dry in order for it to heal.
So, Felicia, like, what mental challenges were you going through? Because, I mean, this is, you go from competing, getting your pro card, right?
Yes.
To having a surgery done that you said, you know, this is a one and done, but that wasn't the case. Then you ended up having another surgery, right?
Yep.
Then you had to wait another 4 months. How much of a toll did that take on you?
I developed depression. I had never been depressed in my life. I developed anxiety. I had an anxiety attack. Had never had
What was
anxiety.
causing anxiety?
I guess just the whole mental thing of having the surgery, having these catheters, not being able to be me, be myself. It was a lot to deal with. I did ask for some happy pills, you know, because I felt like I was in a dark hole. I felt like I've never felt like I wanted to commit suicide, but I can see how your thoughts can get very dark.
Really?
Yes. They got real dark, real dark. So my doctor gave me some happy pills, and I'm like, oh, I like this. But I didn't want to get on something that was going to be very addictive. So I took them for a short period of time, and then I winged myself off of it.
Cold turkey.
Cold turkey.
Okay. And then what happened?
Then after that, everything was starting to repair itself. And then the doctor came in and said, hey, let me take the catheters out. Let me feel the bladder, make sure everything is good. And even after everything was over and I was healed, mentally, I still had to heal myself. So
What was your body like, just totally out of shape?
yes, it was totally out of
Like,
shape.
did you gain a lot of weight, or
I gained weight. I wasn't obese or anything like that, but I had no more muscle. I had no more strength because
you had a belly?
Yes, I did.
Really?
I did.
Wow.
Because once you hit a major organ, you know,
I get it.
It takes everything out of you. Yeah. So I had to now get over the mental part of it, and I had no strength, and I had anxiety going back to the gym. Yeah, because I hadn't been around people in about a year. I hadn't worked out in a year. I had no strength, so it took a lot for me to go back to the gym and be around people and work out.
So what was the turning point to now put your body back to where you are happy?
You know what? I'm God. I said, Lord, I can't do this. He said, give me 10 minutes. It's like, I feel like that's the first time I've ever heard his voice ever, and I haven't heard it again since. He said, give me 10 minutes. Go in the gym, get on the treadmill, and give me 10 minutes. I said, okay. So I got on the treadmill, I did 10 minutes, and I left. And I did that for a few weeks. And then 10 minutes turned into 12 minutes. So
do you think what God was saying to you is that just get back to where you were through a process?
Yes, it was a process. And I've never had to go through a process. So when I coach clients, it was hard for me to understand why they couldn't do it. But
now you understand.
Now I understood. Yep.
And so how long did it take for you to get your body back to?
It took me 9 months.
Because you have photos of,
yes,
you know, during this time frame when you
Yes.
was in what 40?
Yes.
And so when people see that, do they believe it? I mean, I seen it. I'm like, well, I know it's true, but do other people like that?
So I had to share my story with people,
Yeah.
So once I go through the process of sharing my story, and then, because people see my glory, but they don't know my story.
Right.
So once I tell my story and I'm able to show them the end product, they're like, wow. So if I can do it, you can do it.
At this point, you're what, turning 41 or 42? Will you get your body back together? Or?
Yes. So I went through my 9 months transformation,
Right.
and I just said, you know what, I want to try the stage again, and I did. It took me 9 months to do it, and went up there and I won.
The
I
coming
won.
back from
Coming back from being sick, I won 4 pro cards in one night. So I competed in the 40-year-old division, the 45 division, and the 35 division. An open division. Open is I can compete with an 18-year-old, a 20-year-old, a 25-year-old,
okay,
but I end up winning in each division.
your pro card.
My pro card. Yep.
Okay, so it's what I'm hearing is that because of having your pro card, you begin doing what I guess personal training and stuff like that.
So I had already been, personal training, but once I won those pro cards,
So now your price go up.
Yes, everybody was calling.
Okay,
Yes.
now with personal training, like, did you like do meal preps for them too?
So the people that I personal train, I started a meal prep business.
So you done reinvented yourself a second
Yes,
time.
yes, because
You 40 what at this time?
I'm still in my early 40s.
Okay. All right.
And so, one of the reasons I started the meal prep business because I had to file bankruptcy some years ago.
Really?
Yes, because I had gone through a divorce, with my first husband.
Okay,
And so I
okay.
had to file for bankruptcy. And I had an $808 bill that I needed to pay. And I'm like, you know what, Lord, send me 10 clients. If you send me 10 meal prep clients, that will take care of this bankruptcy. And so I got the 10 clients. But Kevin, let me tell you, that business blossomed into a huge business for me. And I'm talking about I was meal prepping for NBA athletes, NFL athletes, mega church preachers.
This is a subject that somehow is, well, in the past, like maybe prior to, I'm just gonna say I don't have no statistics on this because it's like I'm learning it, right? But why has and I think you mentioned that, outside of us, being here today, that you've been dealing with menopause, right?
Yes.
And it's like no one is talking about it. So why has menopause kind of like been well, it sounds like it could be the silent killer, right?
Really.
So why are women, or why are healthcare providers not talking about women going through menopause, and they're trying to mask it with the symptoms that comes with menopause, right? But
Yes.
it's because of menopause. So kind of tell us your journey and what have you discovered?
So when I went through the hysterectomy, that brought on menopause
Fast.
immediately.
Oh,
Yeah, because
okay.
when you don't have a uterus and you don't have ovaries, it's gonna hit you right then. And so for me, I suffered in silence for a long time because again, I didn't know. What you don't know is what you don't know. All of my aunts, they went through menopause, but all they talked about was just hot flashes.
Right,
So
right.
I had the hot flashes,
Right.
but I was also having other symptoms like extremely exhausted. I had joint pain really, really bad.
Really?
Really bad. Like I thought I had a rheumatoid arthritis because that runs on my mom's side. And the extreme exhaustion, y'all, I really thought I had cancer. I did, because I didn't
You
know
done
that you
should
could
have said,
feel.
y'all, it's just me here.
Hey, you and everybody in the world.
Wow.
I
Okay.
thought I had cancer because I couldn't believe that menopause had me feeling like that.
So did it also, create another state of depression?
Yes, depressed, anxiety,
So how do you,
sad.
so because I think, us as men, we need to be aware of this real topic. So
Yes.
how does it affect the marriage?
Um, Thank God my husband has been as patient as he can be, you know, because he knew that I was fighting for my life, trying to figure out what was going on. I was starting going to different doctors. I started getting, different hormone replacement therapies, trying to see what works. Because some stuff work and some don't. I've done the pellets, I've done the cream, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. You have to get the dosages right. So he was very patient as much as he could be. Yep.
So who cracked the code for your menopause?
So one of my clients told me about a company named Her Care, and they deal with hormone replacement therapy for women. So I went and I had a full women's blood panel done. My testosterone levels came back almost zero, and your testosterone levels should be at least in the hundreds. And immediately right then, she said, "That's where you're getting the joint pain from." I
So
said,
okay,
"Really?"
pause for 1 second, Felicia. What were the other providers saying?
Nothing. Basically, everything looked normal. If they even, nobody ever even talked about testosterone and estrogen when I would go to my PCP and get, my annual.
So do you? And I mean, again, this is just an opinion. We're not saying that this is the right answer, but do you think like our primary care physician, they're not trained in this
I
area?
don't think they're trained. I really
What
don't.
about okay? So then let's take it up a level. Your OBGYN, do you think they're trained?
To a certain extent, from my
Right.
experience.
We're talking about your
Yeah,
experience,
because
yeah.
even when I went to my OBGYN, she was like, "Oh, we'll just get you with, we'll fill your prescription." And then it was like
So they
pulling
trying to
teeth.
pass the meds on us.
It was pulling teeth to even get the meds.
Really?
Yep, to even get a company to do, because when you're dealing with testosterone, that's compound. That's they call it a performance enhancement,
Okay.
drug. So you have to go to a special pharmacy. So it was pulling teeth trying to find a pharmacy to get it done.
Really?
So then I was like, you know what? At one point, I just couldn't take it anymore, and that's when I went to Her Care.
Because someone told you about it.
Somebody told me
And
about it.
so, all right, so walk us through this whole process of hair care.
So I went to Her Care. They
Okay.
did all my a women's panel blood work, and when my blood work came back, they told me everything that was low, and so they started me on the testosterone shots, which were very low. I want to say 2 weeks in, I was feeling better. I wasn't as tired. The joints wasn't as achy. And so I did that for 6 weeks. Come back, do the blood work again. The testosterone levels are creeping up, just a little bit. So she upped my testosterone levels. Now, no joint pain at all. Joint pain is gone. The being real tired, that's gone.
So, Felicia, when you was having the joint pain, like, did you still go work out, or you really
Yes.
didn't want to do it?
Because I'm so disciplined.
Okay.
The
So
discipline
you
got
just
me up.
you fought through
Yeah, I
the
fought through
pain.
it. Yes.
Okay. All right. So now, so are you menopause free, or is this still part of the process?
So we're still in the journey. So now I'm still getting the hot flashes. So now they put me on the estrogen patch. So the patch is going to control the hot flashes, and they also put me on progesterone too. And progesterone helps the hot flashes, but it also helps you sleep better at night, because when them hot flashes hit you at night, it's hard to sleep. It wakes you up. So we're still on the
So
journey.
what does it feel like?
You feel like you are burning up on the inside.
Do it feel like the devil inside you?
Yes. if that's a thing, yes.
God, dog.
Yes, like you all of a sudden you just overheat, your body just overheats, and there's
Wow.
nothing you can do about it until it subsides. So we go through a lot, Kevin. So we need y'all husbands and boyfriends and partners. We need y'all to be patient with us.
If you had to like look back, what would be like the one thing that changed the trajectory of your life?
Betting on me.
Why, Felicia? Why do you think most people bet on their kids? They bet on their spouse.
Yeah.
Heck, they even bet in the casino, right?
Yep. Yep.
But why do you think most people don't invest
Yeah.
in themselves? Why do you think that? I mean, again, there's no right or wrong answer, but just from your observation.
I think a lot of it, I believe, comes with fear. People are scared.
But where does that come from?
Maybe just not lack of confidence in themselves. In themselves.
You know what? I can see that because whatever our behavior is today, it stems from childhood trauma, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so I know that there are people who have just been told you ain't. As a matter of fact, I'm a prime example. I remember my I thought she was my grandmother, but come to find she was my great aunt. But she was sweet as pie, Felicia, when she was not drinking. But the moment she got that bottle, or someone brought her the bottle and she started drinking, she became a complete different person. And she used to say, "You are a reprobated child. You don't have a pot to piss in and a window to throw out. You a bastard child."
Very abusive mentally.
And so thinking back on why I didn't have good communication skills when my daughter was between the ages of 6 and 10, and I almost lost her because now, I mean, this moment right now made me understand why I didn't have good communication skills, because no one gave me good communication skills. So, but I also believe that there has to be something that challenge us to make us want to come out of that situation.
Yes.
So, like, what have been some things that challenge you to make you come out of your comfort zone?
Therapy.
Like mental health therapy?
Mental health therapy.
Yeah, I had to go through that
Yeah.
even to get the tools of communication with my daughter.
Yes.
So why? So what's the deal with? Well, I think more Black people are opening up about
Yes.
getting help, but I think there's just so many things in our community that we're just like behind on. We're
Yes.
behind on. I was telling in another show, we're behind on AI. Like
Yes.
we don't want to fool with AI because we mad because AI is taking jobs, but AI is not replacing us. It's the person who know how to use AI
Absolutely. Yes.
is going to replace you.
Yes.
That's what's happening.
Yes.
So, I mean, here's what I want you to do. I want you to look at your camera, which should be right here, and I want you to speak to the women that they know that they should reinvent themselves. They know that they should step outside of that comfort zone, right? What do you say to those women I don't even want you to inspire them. What do you say to those women to execute them to do something?
Okay. So, first, I want you to believe in yourself and believe that you can do it. Don't be afraid to fail. Fail forward. You're gonna because that's how you learn. Um, Lean on your resources. Get in community groups with people that could get you to the next level. Call me, inbox me. I'll be happy to talk to anyone, to get them over that hump. But just know that you can do it. Know that there are tools out here that can get you to the next level, and you just have to do it.
Now, are there going to be any more reinventions, or this is your last one?
I'm sure there's probably some more coming down the pike. I'm sure.
Let me ask you this: because you have reinvented yourself so many times, Felicia. When are you going to write a book about how to reinvent yourself? When can we expect that? Can we expect a book out of you this year? I mean, let me before you answer that, let me just share this with you, okay? There's no such thing as it taking 12 months to 24 months to write a book.
Okay.
Okay, books are being written now in 90 days or less. So, can you give us a forecast, projected forecast of when we should expect your book to come out to help people reinvent themselves?
Yes. So I love a good challenge.
Yeah,
That's I'm a competitor.
well, look, you ain't got no choice. You got to say something.
Right, right. So it's July, right?
Yeah. October.
July, August, September, October. I would say November 1st.
Okay, November 1st. Now, all these cameras on you, Felicia.
Okay. No, November 1st. You
Okay.
will see a book from me.
Okay, I believe that. I believe that because you don't like to back down from a challenge.
No.
Okay. All right.